Hello, my good people. Eric here, and I'm gonna be talking about Squid Game. I just did a. Oh wait, let's try. I'm gonna add a link, a spoiler-free review, and this is going to be a spoil review. I'm gonna blab incoherently about what I enjoyed and didn't enjoy about the series, and just talk about it. I kind of mentioned, I'll just re-mention everything. It's a psychological thriller, drama, horror, survival game show that's on Netflix. It's South Korean, so it's in Korean language. You'd either have to watch subtitles or dub. I chose to watch subtitles, which I do anytime it's another language. And man, South Korea just putting out some good content here. It's another one. I enjoyed this show, kind of similar to Alice in Borderland. So if you know that show, then you know what I'm talking about when I'm saying it's very It's very much the same. Uh, this show, both of, I mean, this one I'm talking about. This one, Squid Game here, is just just gosh darn bloody. I mean, it is. Oh, there's a lot of kill. There's a lot of blood. Yeah, past and present. I mean, all the deaths. I mean, they're not. I mean, there's no shame in execution style. I mean, it is bullet to the head exploding, or people taking giant falls and their body just crumbling, or brains coming out of their head, or uh, all the. I mean, I guess you get desensitized to it, but all the all the deaths. Holy, I don't. Man, it's good stuff. That's a bit morbid, but it's so good. Whew, it was good. So I loved. I mean, right off, not right off the bat, but I just right off the bat of this video, I should say. But um, I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it all the way to the end. I watched it within 2 days, and it was good. I cannot wait for the second season. If Netflix reviews it, hopefully they do. Knowing their track record, that's up in the air. Um, but I was a little okay with the ending, and then it went to the very ending, way the time skip, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, that was awesome. I enjoyed that, which that'll lead to the plot of the next season, hopefully. So I'll just start with, I don't know if I should. I say I'm very incoherent. I jump from topic to topic. I'm gonna maybe try to cover. I should write these out. I wish I thought of that. I could write out characters, plot, what I thought about it all, negatives, pros, negatives, all that stuff. Um, I'll just start out with saying the negatives. I read a couple reviews about the that mentioned the VIPs. Okay, I guess not really a negative to me. That was a negative I read about. Those didn't really bother me. The VIPs, just a bunch of old white rich men. It seemed like, who had so much money, kind of like our one character, like the old man at the end, but had so much money they lost thrill in everyday life, and they had to just watch other humans murder humans for money. And then what, they get a ton of money, 45 billion won. I don't like to know what that amounts to. I did not compute it, so I don't know. But they get all that money, and really they've killed their friends by the end of it, and lost friends, and made and lost friends in a short span of time. And it's not even worth having it at that point. So, anyways, sidetracked. VIPs didn't really bother me that much. Their dialogue was bland. I don't just so I mean that wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like off putting, but I did notice it just in like the little one liners. They just weren't very interesting. Those rich noble. I don't want to say. I don't know. No, noble doesn't work in that sense. Those rich old bags just really didn't do much. Like I guess that may have been intentional. The one negative I did have was the main character was I don't even remember his name. Juan, not Juan. He, jeez, so yeah, I'll never remember that. But his character was such a crybaby. Are you? Oh, it was so hard to deal with. Like, dude, get your act together. Like him, just in the beginning, maybe it's their dialogue, just whining to his mom. Oh, oh, dude, just shut up and act like an adult. Not necessarily like a man, just act like an adult for God's sake. Get it together. Still being a not a just you're stealing from your mom and living with your mom and going to gamble and you got debt to pay and you're gonna get your organs sold and you come home and just whine about the little stuff and here you are like doing all taking away your mom's health, canceling her health insurance. Like I'm so tired of it. I've seen it in other shows. I don't even know what the trope is, but crybaby main character maybe. There's always just that I don't. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember what it's called. Wish I could pull it off of there. It's just like a. I feel like there was like some animes I've seen like a survival game where it's always just like whiny protagonist who's just I don't know, and it's just that grates on my nerves. So our main character was like that forever and didn't want to see anybody die, and even at like the very end of the show, the old man, told him like do you not realize that you joined the game, signed your name, and then left the game and then came back? Like, what did you expect? You learned after the first game, red light, green light, like what this was about. And you came back and then you're saying still what I did was wrong? I mean, granted, with the ending, we've seen that whatever, but I mean, it's just reality's dark. It's just a dark place. I guarantee. I don't know if there's anything like that going on, but I guarantee we're not far from it. At least in some places. I'm not saying it's right, or I mean, they're giving somebody a chance to win a mega buttload of money, but for the show, having that character just oh gosh, and then you got his other friend, his closest friend who has no morals. Who is willing to do whatever it takes to get his debt paid off. Now that's a guy I would follow. that cold-blooded son of a gun. he was heartless. I mean, he lied to himself, but he was heartless. The girl, the North Korean girl, the defect, she just quiet, solemn, just I'm glad so there was an episode where I can't remember which one where it's a 2-man game and a lot is opened up, and that was a refreshing. That was kind of an expose it like it was a perfect episode to really expose the past of some characters that we've not had. We've not had any of that. So, and then like I really hated the tough gangster dude. uh, the boss, and I loved our main character's little tiny quip to him, like, "You're the strongest guy here. If I was on that team that you're on, I'd take you out if I had the chance," and just kind of putting him in his place. And then Justice, oh yeah, we got Justice, baby. So satisfying what happens to him with the catwalk, the glass. That was just perfect. Oh, that was so satisfying. And then the woman who just would just climb into bed with would just do whatever it took to get ahead and make sure she survived and get the money, betray whoever, weasel her way into anything. Her taking that boss down after she said she was going to kill him if he ever betrayed her. That's what I want. That's what I wanted. Squid Game, you delivered. That was perfect. And then we got a whole couple episodes, I think it was 2. Might have been 1, I don't remember. Without him. I mean, those characters, both of them, I was done with them before. I mean, I figured they'd be more of our main character would fight him. But I'm glad we got rid of them. So we learned about the one character always praying to God. I'm glad that one girl kind of said her peace of mind, like, you're literally killing people and you're praying. What? Yeah, you're going to hell, dude. What does it matter? Stop. Like, okay. I'm glad he got that was a good episode for Justice Earths. Yeah, that was a good one. That glass glass tower or glass walkway, sorry. That was a good game. Trying to think of any other character. The old man, I really liked the old man. I think he was just made to like. You just felt bad for him, and then our main character felt bad for him and helped him the whole way. It really, really kind of showed his character that he's not gonna sink as low as some of these other people, and he's just made this bond with this old man who's a weak link, and it proved to really help him out. The dude from Pakistan, he was just he was a kind of a gullible character. I don't know if that's because he was like an immigrant, but and I kind of wonder South Korea, is that a popular like ethnicity that immigrates over there from Pakistan? I just wonder if there's it'd be interesting to know. But he's very gullible. But once you learn his backstory, man, the way he went was rough. Like, he believed in humanity, believed in this dude that said he has his back, and cheated him, just betrayed him, and got him killed. So we got the girl. I mean, I think I covered most of the main characters, the VIPs, Bland, whatever. I liked the front man. I love the voice. Oh yeah, so the front man, just this stoic, rigid, expressionless self. He was a cool character. All business. I mean, brass tacks. No goofing around. You broke a rule, you're done. I really liked his character. I really liked his character design. Dude was a boss. Are you kidding me? And then the reveal. I don't know if that was obvious. It may have been. At least it may have. Probably could have seen it coming. I don't think I really honestly seen it coming until, well, probably the police guy did. I mean, who are you? Yeah, who is this guy? Who is this? I'm surprised that his peons didn't kill him because he took his mask off. I guess it's do as I say, not as I do on that, in that organization when it comes to a higher up. uh, that guy was, I liked him. I just like the overall um, character designs, the masks, the triangles representing the Squid Game and the circles and those are the types of order there are. Everyone wearing the pink or red coats. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, those are cool character designs. So I think I pretty much covered all the main characters. The police detective, he just kind of, there's a word I'm looking for and I can't think of what it is, but he was just there to kind of like expose this island. The more we got into the game, the more we figured out behind the scenes that these characters, these henchmen, are actually people. They're not brainwashed, but they're actually people, and they're doing some shady stuff behind the scenes, with their organ transfers. And the front man knew about it, didn't even care. He just cared about taking your mask off and ruining the advantage the other players had. Except for when it came to the piece of glass that got into the girl's stomach at the very end. That was I was pissed. I was a little I was a little irritated, upset that uh our main character MC wasn't able to get help. Oh gosh. I thought he would knock on the door, say, "Listen, she's got an unfair advantage. You need to help her." But no. The psychopath ex-friend, had to stab her through the neck. Oh, I liked her so much. We're just getting to know her. She had a little brother she was trying to protect and raise, and you're gonna kill her off. Are you kidding me? Man. Speaking of sad moments, there's only maybe I can think of 5 maybe books and TV shows and any form of media that has made me tear up. And by God, that one episode where there was 2 people in a group and they had to play marbles. Yeah, I was crying. I mean, I was tearing up. I didn't actually have a tear fall, but my eyes were watery. That was bad. I mean, that was rough. I think what really hit me is the one that I kind of seen a mile away with the women, the South Korean and the North Korean girl. Those two, she's wanting to just ask questions and getting to know her, whether she should sacrifice her life or not, by getting to know what the North Korean chick's reasons are for being here. And then she does it, or she throws that all or nothing game, and she closest one to that wall, and you go first, and they show her shot, and she's like that far away from the wall, and then this South Korean chick, she goes, and I'm thinking, well, obviously now she could easily get it, and then she just drops it. And then they go, "What are you doing? Why you go again? Why are you just?" I never had a chance. I don't have anything to live. Oh my god! Just gotta take a moment. Take a moment to relive that. That was tough. Before I found out the ending, the old man. Oh, another one. Oh, another one. Is this what a heart attack feels like? A heart attack from having too much emotional scenes. That old man just stalling and finding his child, or his home that he grew up in, which makes sense now why that was there. But I remember living here, and I don't want to play the game. I just want to go and find out where I lived. Well, our main character, like, dude, you're daft. Like, the dude said the old man said you were best friends in the very beginning of that episode. We're or Ganupa or something. I don't know, but said that Ganuda we're we're best friends. From then on, I mean, the guy was old, and the episode where he peed his pants and scared of everything that was going on. You knew, and after all that this main character did, you knew that the old man was most likely gonna give his. I was expecting him to give him the bag of 10 marbles, and him kept playing, and then the main character, cheating him and saying that, well, no, I said this, and finally getting down to one, then he runs off, and I'm like, dude, follow him, let him reminisce. I mean, come on. He obviously cares about you enough that just spend the last minutes enjoying it and stop being so freaking selfish. Like, you displayed so much selflessness at certain points in time, and then the little times when it matters, you're just oh god, just annoying. I have nothing but just I had a feeling, I had a feeling he wasn't gonna die, but sometimes I wish he did, because Jesus, was he just indecisive. I mean, I guess anybody in that situation would. I mean, I don't know how I'd act. Really. I mean, if I volunteered, if I was hurting for money and I mean, yeah, still I don't know how I would be, but 21 minutes, Jesus, good Lord. So the old man scene, that was just a heartbreaker again. Him taking the shot, which it didn't really happen, and then the psycho ex-friend betraying the Pakistan dude and tricking him, and that guy had such a good heart. He had a wife and a baby, and he was looking out for him. And this guy he didn't have anything. He had his mother, but he had $6 billion in debt and had nothing to live for. It was a greedy, pompous a-hole, and tricked that guy. That episode, that was a tough. That was that plucked the heartstrings there, for sure. That was a good one. There was several, but and then the ending with that girl getting stabbed after you find out all their backstories at that point in time. Oh. So I don't know. I don't know if I've touched on all the characters. I think that's all the characters for the most part. The ones that stood out. I mean, if you hated anybody, they absolutely got a justified death. The end fight scene with the Squid Game. They had all these awesome games. I don't remember them all. Red, green, the umbrella thing where our main character thought of the genius move of licking it, the honeycomb, the glass walk, Squid Game. So I'm definitely missing another couple games in there. Yeah, I'll think of them as soon as I'm done putting out. As soon as I publish this video, I'll think of what the other games were. The games were, yeah. So those were all very just incredibly tense, and then the in between games with just the flashing of the lights to make it more chaotic was just wild. Oh, what a good. What was the one with the 10-man team? There was one with tug of war. There was the tug of war. That was cool. So then to get back to it, the last game, Squid Game, I am glad that I don't know why I wouldn't think they were gonna play it, but I'm glad that ended up being the last game with just the two ex-best friends or whatever. And then I don't know. I mean, I didn't honestly. It was tight. I know our main character, and that would have thrown me for an absolute loop if they killed him. So we would have seen, but them beating the hell out of each other, and then at the very end, him standing right there at the triangle and walking away saying, "I'm not going to do it." I'm remembering that Section 3 rule, and then the guy stabbing his own neck. Oh, man, there was a lot of this in this show. They just I guess I don't know. I don't watch many of these psychological thrillers like this, and this, golly, I remember Alice in Borderlands hit pretty hard in some time. Yeah, Alice in Borderlands episode 3 was 2 or 3 was ungodly damaging. Holy cow. But this one had some tough moments for sure. So let's see. That's characters, plot, or games, anyways. Plot wasn't flipping you off. Plot. Finding out. Not really much I'm gonna say besides. The games were cool. I didn't see them quitting. That threw me for a loop. Like, where's this gonna go now? Okay. I guess Squid Game's not about this. And then them all going back. That was a good moment. I enjoyed that very much. So then, and them guys, then at that point, they were in it. None of them were going to do that, let's leave again, until the guy who killed his wife. Like, what? You're going to leave? Why didn't you decide to leave? That you're going to kill your wife, and then you're going to decide this is too much now? No. Like one guy said, you should have let her kill you. What are you doing? Or you both should have died if you'd known that was how it was going to be. Oh, man. It's late. Yeah. So, that was a little okay. I'm glad, I'm glad the main character, the second main character, thought the same thing. Like, dude, get over yourself. You just did all that, and now you're going to sit here and preach to end the game. No, that's not how this is going to work. But yeah, I really liked how, you slowly figured out the order of hierarchy with our police investigator and some of the underground dealings that were going on, or the one underground dealing that was going on, and the doctor involved and having an advantage in the games, and the friendships that were made and lost. The main character and the North Korean girl, having a genuine friendship at the end and making that pact to help out her brother. But all the stuff the police investigator uncovered, I say all that without really remembering what all he uncovered, because I guess just little tidbits of how the game worked, and then finally getting to the VIPs and seeing, it's just a bunch of these rich old bags that are bored with their life, so that's who they are, and they're scandalous, and the one dude making a move. I wish he would have killed that VIP. Truly, that would have been awesome, but he didn't. But that whole setup, so that'll be interesting where it leads off in the next season. If our Juan, I think I've said that already. Not Juan. If our main character will join another game, who knows? So yeah, the plot was good. So plot, characters, the games, some of them, man, were just crazy, just outlandish. The glass bridge, 60, yeah, it was good. And I can't think of anything. I'll think of stuff after I'm done with the video. That's how it always works, every time. But let me just think on it for a sec. I can't really think of anything. anything else to say about it. It's just quite engaging. I mean, from episode 1, I was hooked all the way to 9. Oh, I guess I'll just talk about the ending. Yeah. So I'll end the video with the ending here. And so the main character just bugged the heck out of me all the way to the ending. I mean, his just I don't even know what you call it. 14-year-old just anxiety. His anxiety, I guess, is just no, yeah, just his whining all the time, and I can't. There's a certain trope. It kind of reminds me of a Neon Genesis Evangelion, whatever, however you said it. I probably said it wrong. Whatever, like that main character, he's just a whiny baby. But all the way up to the end, I mean, he was still. I mean, he got a little better in the end as the. Well, now I'm just forgetting words now. As the trauma started to impact him a little bit, as the old man died, as the girl died, as all these characters die, he's starting to kind of harden from the trauma. And then he won the game. He got all that money. I thought that was a bit rude. How after he won 43 billion won, they just shoved him out of the limo with his hands and everything tied. He shoved the card down his mouth. I'm like, what? I mean, you could at least graciously put him on a bench or something. Come on. So, but I am a huge fan of time skips. So that one, I did not expect a 1 year time skip, but getting that made my day. I loved it. I loved finding out that he's pretty much been homeless. He's not spent any of this gigantic sum of money, and he just feels guilty. And then just going around just feeling sorry for himself and sorry for what he did, and that his mom's died and everyone he loved is dead, friends and everyone. I mean, he has nobody but money. And then oh my gosh, my phone at the very end. And then finding out that the old man sending him that card. And the old man being alive and not really who he was, but one of the makers of the game who just wanted to participate, and having that little test of humanity and how really humanity's. I mean, I guess the test was like humanity ended up being like, if you do have hope and pay attention, humanity is good. There is still goodness left in humanity. It doesn't have to come down to dog eat dog in these games of survival to win a mass sum of money. I mean, really, they probably could have just given all these people this money, but that's not how it was made. So, that was a cool realization, and finding out the old man and his story and how he created this game with a bunch of other people, and he was the dude in the freaking Elm or Fox mask or whatever that was. That flashback to, I'd like to play the game. Oh, I loved it. Oh yes. And then the old man dying you do see him die at the end. That was good. And then him finally just realizing that humanity's good, and he can still do something in this world, good or not. Our main character realizing that and getting a haircut. I thought that was hilarious. Give me that haircut, color and everything. Get this red haircut. I loved it. I thought that was hysterical. Like, okay, he doesn't care. He really doesn't. And going to help, keeping that promise with the North Korean chick and helping the little brother giving him to giving him to a caretaker who that his best friend's mom who will take care of this boy and leaving them with um, millions of won. That was just awesome. And then you got the end. So the main character was extremely annoying. The last 10. So after he got his haircut and had this like epiphany, this character growth, he became a boss. I mean, he just became like had a singular vision that he needs to, he needs to help people or something. I wish he would see his daughter. I mean, he just never spent any time with her. Even in the beginning, it was always once a year, and he just really neglected her. I was hoping he would go on the plane. I was hoping he would go on the plane. I get why he didn't, because he wants to take down this organization. And I feel like he's gonna join another game maybe and try to find out more. I don't really know, but uh, he was just resolved at the end and doesn't seem like he'd be such a baby next season. So that was cool. I liked him at the very end, and I liked the ending, like that last time skip. Him finding the guy that played those paper things where they smack him on the ground and don't ever do not do that. Do not join that game and give me that card. So I loved it. I love the ending. Kind of makes me want to rewatch it, knowing that the old man was part of it. With now looking at it with a different perspective. But the sheer just the red light, green light, and everyone, hundreds of people getting killed right then and there. Whew. It was good. So that's my extremely long spoiler video. I probably didn't cover everything, but I covered, I think, just about what I wanted to talk about. So there you go. Give it a shot, and hopefully you enjoyed it too. If you didn't, say something in the comments. If you did, let me know. I'd be interested to see what other people's opinions are. So that was Squid Game. Can't wait for the next season. And till next time.